Hi, my name is Nick Burnham and I'm here for Motorboat and Yachting up at Pentonhook Marine Sales looking at this. It's a used Sealine F380 and this is a very interesting boat because Sealine from very many years were a British company. They went to administration during the recession and were bought out by Hans over in Germany, and this is very much a transition boat because it was developed in Britain by the British company but it actually went in production over in Germany. It's based on the S380 hull. It's slightly modified and it's a little bit longer, and of course all the superstructure is new. But it is the first boat that Hans brought out under the Sealine banner. Now when this boat launched in 2015 it was claimed to be the most voluminous boat of its type in its class, and that's quite believable. But before we have a look inside, I just want to show you onto the flybridge, and of course one of the things that we find first of all is these moulded steps, which are very much a Sealine feature. Now up here there's masses of space, but what's nice is it's nice and deep. You feel like you're sat in the boat and not on it. There's a big dining table up here, of course, and some bathing area up alongside the helm, and even the helm seat itself has a movable back, so you can either have it facing aft and join a dinette, or facing forward, obviously, for when you're driving the boat. Now it's in here that you really get a sensation of that class leading space. It's a huge area in here, and there's also a lot of storage. One of the options that they made for this boat was you could have this area so it would convert into a double bed. And talking of options, the two main options were packages that the company produced. There was a cruising pack, and that was things like trim tabs, the aft canopy, a bow thruster, and also a comfort pack, and that was things like holding tank, electric toilets, that kind of thing. Now the thing with these is that in actual fact virtually all of these boats got it, so you're very unlikely to find a boat not fitted with both of those packs. Now down here on the lower deck, of course, you've got your galley, just as you can down the stairs, and again there's masses of storage in there. You've also got your guest cabin on that level, just as you come down the steps on the starboard side. That's got two singles, or it will convert to a double bed. But the big news, I think, is this master cabin here, because they've kept the bulkhead well aft, and that's given masses of space, not just for the cabin and also the storage, but there's also a massive ensuite in here as well, and this I think really justifies that class leading volume claim. Now the last thing to talk about on here is engines. These boats are all stern drive, which put the engines back underneath the floor of the cockpit area. In fact, they're so far back there's masses of space in front of them. Even if you've got a generator, this boat has got, there's loads of storage space and loads of space to get in and around them. The engines were mostly D4, either a pair of 260 horsepower engines, which gave you about 27-28 knots, or the upgraded D4 300s, which took the top speed towards 30 knots. There are a few boats out there with D6 330s. They're a 6-cylinder engine rather than the 4-cylinder of the D4, so there's a bit more weight there but a bit more power, and that takes it up to about 32 knots. Now, they built this boat until 2017. It was quite a successful boat for them. In fact, they sold over 30 of these. And certainly if you're in the market for a sub 40-foot flybridge cruiser, these are well worth checking out.